Cheers to this Whack-A-Mole Wednesday retail trading team. It's late. I'm drinking San Pellegrino, and I'm here with your routine debrief. We're going to start today by jumping right into my results. So I'm happy with the outcome of today. I was able to make $1,800 despite a C performance. And the reason I'm saying it was C performance was because I didn't put on that playbook trade. The market seemed skittish to me. That made me feel skittish, and I let those emotions prevent me from what would have been a really nice additional profit and probably doubling my total on the day. So I'm happy that the assumption did work out though. So the assumption was chop between that prior day low at about 37.90-ish and 38.20 to 30. We had a breakdown box near that level. And so the thought was we chop between there, and then if we break below, we're going to go into the bear trend. And that's exactly what happened. So I was able to make good money on futures doing that, despite being wrong early in the day and despite not taking my major trade. So that's all we have to say about that. Let's look at the 0DT landscape for tomorrow as we get ready for the opportunity. So we have the big news. We have the CPI coming out at 8:30. That can shake everything up. And it's kind of like yesterday, even though we didn't have that massive election volatility, we still have to, I think, for these larger news events, look at the big picture. And for me, that big picture is pretty simple. I'm going to be short delta below 3,800 until we test that yearly POC. If you look at the right hand yearly chart here, you can see that's this white line right at about that 3,700 area. I'm just looking short delta until we get there. I think that today was very dominant. You can see if you look at the candlestick pattern, this is what's called an evening star. It's a bearish reversal, a bit of a rare bearish reversal pattern. And so I'm going to see if that plays out. But again, it's CPI. We've had CPIs where we've had 100-point moves in a single 1-minute candle. It might have been 3 minutes, but regardless, we get massive moves sometimes. So if we get back above that 3830 area, which you can just see with this white dotted box within our primary supply zone, we get back through there, and I'll just flip bullish again. I think that we have that nice supply zone and it's going to be really well defended, I think, in that LVN that you see there, which is that white dotted box. The pink zone here is that immediate supply zone from the TPO chart. And you can see we're just kind of resting near potential demand. I do think, based upon the aggression of today's move and just based upon what we're seeing in volatility, that we are moving toward that POC near 3,700. Remember, that's the way that the volume profile behaves. Once we accept or once we get rejected, in this case, near the top of balance, we go and retest that POC. We either bounce back through there or we continue lower. So that's what I'm looking at. You can see just on a little bit of a more narrow viewpoint, perception. I don't know what the correct noun is. It is past 10 o'clock here. But in any case, we are below the weekly value area low. We are below this is the prior month, or excuse me, this is the October value area low, and we're also hanging out below. I'm sorry, that's the prior weeks. I was going to say it didn't make sense because our POC here is 36.90. So we're below this week's value, and we're below last week's value, and we're kind of hanging out there. Again, CPI, we could easily pop it, but that's just kind of what we're seeing tonight. I do favor, like I said, that test of the yearly POC because it does also correspond, if you look at 36.90, that does also correspond to that October POC. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of price. Let's take a quick look at volatility, and we can be on our way. So volatility has constructed some reports. So if you can contrast this picture to yesterday's, there's a lot more red lines. And today, all of those, well, not all, most of those have turned green. And as long as we're above that 2640 area, really, I'm considering volatility trying to trend up. So again, it's the nice thing about volatility. It's very much a trend / level thing. As we move to tomorrow, we can just watch these key levels, either note them now or note them later. But really, it's 2640 is the main one, and then below that about 2590-ish. If volatility start breaking below there, I think we may test that lower trend line. So as it stands, we are in what I would consider bearish posture, and we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. a lot can happen on CPI days in literally 1 minute. Yet those are the levels that I'm looking at. So please feel free to engage with me in any of the links in the description to this video. I'm also happy to answer any questions in the comment section. And that's all for today. So until tomorrow, stay hydrated and stay classy.